In this video, we're joining two portrait photographers to see how the Canon Speedlite 470EX-AI flash performs in a number of different environments. First, we're in the studio with John Keatley, known for his distinctive high-concept portrait work. Then we'll hit the streets with Chelsea Miller, a professional model and fashion photographer. Join us as we put Canon's newest, smartest flash to the test.
So we're at House Studios in downtown Seattle, and we've got the Canon 470EX-AI flash. AI, I thought, stood for artificial intelligence, but it's actually auto intelligence. So it's trying to automatically figure out the best angle and the best output for the photo you're taking.
Come forward a big step for me.
So this is mostly meant to be used in a room with a ceiling, and obviously the ceilings here are quite high. So we've created this sort of false ceiling to bounce the flash off of.
Wow, we would use this a lot of times for a pretty similar approach. You know, we would use this for a fill light and we would shoot lights through it. Today we're using this to kind of give you the type of situation that people would kind of encounter on an everyday basis.
All right, man, let's see what happens.
Let's do it.
First, we wanted to find out whether the 470EX-AI has what it takes in a high-pressure studio environment.
This big banana on the right, that could come in quite a bit.
John is photographing 3 models today in a concept inspired by 1960s air travel. And later he'll composite the images in post. Bouncing is the term given to directing the light from a flash gun towards a reflective surface before it reaches the subject. By bouncing the light, you can avoid the stark, unnatural-looking portraits which can result from direct flash. The 470EX-AI uses a pre-flash to first calculate subject distance, then distance to a nearby reflective surface. It uses that information to move the flash head into its optimal position for natural-looking, bounced light. Turning the camera from one orientation to the other and double-tapping the shutter rotates the flash head automatically to adjust the bounce.
So we just finished shooting these 2 different setups. How'd it go?
It went well. The flash has pretty good spread. It was pretty even. Chin up a little bit. Basically, this small light is turning this really large ceiling into a large light source.
So now that we're on a little bit of a break, I thought it might be nice to actually get a portrait of John, the photographer. Get comfortable. We've got a really high ceiling here, so I'm going to use the flash's semi-automatic setting and bounce off this wall and use it as a reflective surface to light John on this side of his face. So obviously a flash like this is a little different than what you use. What did you expect going into it?
There was a period in my career where I did use a flash like this, like for events and things like that, and I do remember constantly changing my settings, and so it was actually surprising to see how it could read a room, and the pictures were all pretty consistent no matter how much I had moved away from the wall or the ceiling, so that was actually pretty surprising.
Cool. One thing I noticed that's kind of interesting is the angle that it picks is different than the angle maybe I would have assumed would be the best for light, and it's, you know, you kind of learn from the flash itself, so.
Perfect.
A professional studio portrait shoot might not seem like the 470EX-AI's normal habitat. At the end of the day, after the main shoot was complete, we took the models away from the studio floor to demonstrate a more typical use case. Next, we're taking to the streets of Seattle with portrait photographer Chelsea Miller, a self-described natural light snob. We met Chelsea and her model Maddie at Unicorn, an eclectic bar and arcade on Capitol Hill, to start our shoot.
So I know you don't do a lot of flash photography, but you're also a photographer here in Seattle.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what you shoot without a flash.
I love shooting portraits. I did shoot weddings. I also really am interested in fashion photography. Flash can have like a really high fashion kind of look to it, which I love. Okay, so come to that one, yeah. Cool.
From the upstairs bar, we made our way down to Narwhal, the basement bar and pinball arcade.
I like the arcade a lot. The flash really makes the colors pop on the wall. You can see it didn't fire here, so it's such a drastic change. Perfect.
Pleased with her images from Unicorn, Chelsea was eager to see how the flash performed outside.
Oh, this could be cool with this door. I've turned it down quite a bit, which is super easy to do and easy to play with. It just gives it a different feel. I really like it though. It's really just adding a nice fill on kind of those shadows that the natural light isn't hitting.
In addition to its automatic bounce function, the 470EX-AI can also be used as a conventional direct flash. Shot using a mixture of bounced and direct flash, Chelsea's images really pop.
So how did the shoot go?
It went really well. I'm really surprised how much I like the photos, because I never really shoot with artificial lighting at all.
So would you say you're converted to maybe
I
being a
think,
flash
honestly,
photographer?
yeah. I think I would absolutely use this flash.
Well, unfortunately I have to take it back now.
Oh, yeah, all right.
But you can keep the camera.
For DPReview, I'm Barney Britton. Thanks for watching.